Naziha binti Ismail.
My name is Nuratira Naziha binti Ngadibin.
So for our good title, child marriage should not be practiced. Okay, this is for the introduction. Okay, what is child marriage? Child marriage is actually a formal or informal marriage between a child with another child or with another adult under the age of 18. And the rate of children involved in this practice increases rapidly every year and all over the country. And also, experts predict that over the next 10 years, there will be over 142 million girls that will be involved in child marriage. And also, if you can see in the picture attached, the green one, child marriage prevents the fulfillment of the SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, because child marriage lead to many negative consequences and many health issues. And for our thesis statement, child marriage should not be practiced as it contributes to early pregnancy, less educated parents, and huge responsibility and burdens with the children at a young age.
Next, I will explain about our first main argument, which is early pregnancy. Child marriage frequently result in early pregnancy, which carries major health concerns for both girls and their kids, including death. Females normally will follow their husband to females normally follow their females are normally taken to their husband's household once they marry, and this will affect the child itself. In some circumstances, the husband engages in polygamy, which is legal in some areas, and the brides become the victims. And normally, they will results in early pregnancy because the child or the husband, the family of the husband are expected the females to produce and give birth. And child marriage also increases in terms of the risk factor to get infected by the cervical cancer and the sexually transmitted infections. The child marriage also impacts the mental health of the female itself. They lack of opportunity to learn new things, to experience things, and to their role as a child have been ruptured or lost. And in this case, the child marriage impact the females' mental health as well. Some of them lack of inexperience and to become a young parents, and lack of experience to handle pregnancy, and this may lead them to feel insecure, to feel stressed and alienated. All in all, I want to conclude that the child marriage impact the females in terms of their physical and the mental health of the girls.
The next main idea is child marriage contributes to the less educated parents and have worse economic status, which are eventually passed down to their children. Girls that are married early often face the overlapping vulnerabilities because they come from poor families, being too young, and also having no opportunities to further their study to the higher educational level, and this will lead to the lack of social skills and also social networks that should be developed through formal schooling. And because of this, there will be children that married early will having problems in giving their thought and opinion regarding the matters that arise in their household and managing their children, especially in terms of financial and also health. The limited educational attainment will restrict them from having a good job, and this will lead to the worst economic status of the family. In the end, parents with unbalanced financial status and lack of education will restricted to have good access to the healthy lifestyle and also healthcare services in facilities that are important to their children. And this poverty cycle is unbreakable because it all starts from the poor educational attainment. So the lower the educational attainment, the longer the poverty cycle will keep remaining.
For the third main point, child marriage causes huge responsibility at a young age, as they are still not mature enough and lack the knowledge which can affect their health. So for the first picture, you can see that people that child that very young, they normally not having the experience to handle baby and also to handle to raise child, because they are still young and lack the knowledge. And second one, for the second picture, the child might face stress, depression, anxiety, or lack of experience that may that this lead to them to make them more stress and anxiety and all the problem, because of they need to take care of their child from the moment they wake up in the morning until the day night when the family already sleep. And the next picture, the child will need to do all the household tasks when even though they are still young, which if we think normally all the housewife now are actually doing things when they are in appropriate age. So when try to imagine if we are in their position at such a young age, they need to take care of their whole household tasks, such as cleaning the house and cooking for their family, but also they need to take care of their child and also baby.
So, in conclusion, pregnancy at a young age, becoming a parent who lack of education and have a huge burden to become a parent and have a huge burden of responsibility are all the effects of child marriage. Some of the family marrying off their daughter because they want to protect their daughter and secure their daughter future, and some of the families marrying off their daughter to gain money. For the Islamic perspective, for Islamic perspective, the hukum of child marriage first is actually the child can only get married if it reaches the age maturity and have the ability to take up the responsibility of the marriage. And marrying at the young age is permissible if it follow the pillars of marriage, such as the pregnancy, have the good maintenance, and have the role to become a parent.
The last one is our recommendation to prevent the child marriage. So the first one is to provide free education and proper education to all, especially for girls below the age of 18. The second one is empower girls by employ them so that they will be able to have stable socio-economic status. And the last one is to raise awareness. With that, it is hoped that the child marriage can be prevented. That's all from our group.